So today we are going to read from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 13, text 4. Tat khetram yaccha yadrikcha yadvikari tatascha yat sachayo yat prabhavasya tat samashena me shrunu. Synonyms: tat, that, khetram, field of activities, yat, what, cha, also, yadrik, as it is, cha, also, yat, having what, vikari, changes, yatah, from which, cha, also, yat, what, saha, he, cha, also, yah, who, yat, having what, prabhavah, influence, cha, also, tat, that, samashena, in summary, me, from me, shrunu, understand. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Now please hear my brief description of this field of activity and how it is constituted, what its changes are, when it is produced, who that knower of the field of activities is, and what is his influences are. Purport. The Lord is describing the field of activities and the knower of the field of activities in their constitutional positions. One has to know how this body is constituted, the materials of which this body is made, under whose control this body is working, how the changes are taking place, where from the changes are coming, what the causes are, what the reasons are, what the ultimate goal of the individual soul is, and what the actual form of the individual soul is. One should also know the distinction between the individual living soul and the super soul, their different influences, their potentials, etc. One just has to understand this Bhagavad Gita directly from the description given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all this will be clarified, but one should be careful not to consider the Supreme Personality of Godhead in everybody to be one with the individual soul, the Jiva. This is something like equating the potent and the important. Om Ajnanam Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakkhiruन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप वंदे हम श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं सग्रजातं सहगणं रघुनाथं नितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखानतम श्री नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So in this chapter 13, this is the beginning of the third Satak. In the Bhagavad Gita, totally 18 chapters, divided into 3 parts, 6 chapters in each part. In Pratham Satak, almost Karma Yoga, Niskama Karma Yoga, and in from 7 to 12, in middle 6th chapter is all about Bhakti, and this last 6 chapters, 13 to 18, is about Jnana. So in the beginning of this Tritiya Satak, Krishna is discussing 3 subject matter, which is very essential to know. What are the 3? Prakriti, Jiva and Ishvara. Prakriti means this body is the product of Prakriti. Deha is product of Prakriti only, nothing else. So that's why Jivatma, Deha and Ishvara. These are 3 things. So, and also how the jiva gets entangled, and because coming under the association of the nature, Prakriti. Prakritim gunasangasya sad asad joni janmasu. Whatever the low birth, high birth, this dukkha, sukha, what we are getting, it's only because we have associated with the Prakriti. Prakriti guna sangasya. That is the reason. So, in the beginning of this chapter, Krishna boldly declared that this subject, Kshetra, Kshetragyam, these 2 subjects, Kshetra and Kshetragya, this is Jnana. If somebody knows the Tattva of this Kshetra and Kshetragya, then that is Jnana. In the clear, in the third, Kshetragyam chapimang vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata kshetra kshetrayor jnanam yat jnanam matang mama. By the opinion of Lord, this Kshetra Kshetragya jnana is the jnana. Others are not jnana. That's the version of Sri Krishna. This is jnana. And after saying this, just continuation, this verse, tat khetram cha yadruk cha yadvikari yadasta yat. In the beginning of the verse is tat khetram. Which khetram? Now that khetram, what is already described before as idam. Idam means is. Tat means this. It started already by saying idam in this vidhi, this idam khetram, idam sariram kaunteya in the first verse. That idam is referred here as tat. That means this body. Idam sariram kaunteya. So that is tat sarira. That sarira tat. This is khetra, khetram. So this body, this khetra, what is this? How it is made of? What is the material? And what are the changes? What is the vikar happening in it? And from where it comes from? So Krishna is giving little detailed knowledge. In the shortcut, he spoke in the first and second verse. In very short, this is the subject matter of this chapter, and you should understand this is the knowledge, because this whole 6th chapter is jnana. So, and the jnana, this is jnana, to know about the Kshetra and Kshetragya. if somebody knows the analytical knowledge about this body and who is the owner of the body and who is the controller, then this is knowledge. He knows. That's Krishna saying, this is, in my opinion, this is knowledge. So in shortcut, in first and second verse he told, now he is saying, very shortcut, now I am starting elaborately telling. In summary, samasena, now I am little bit describing more about this. What? So in this verse particularly, Krishna spoke about two things, about Kshetra and Kshetrajna. The first line, Krishna is telling in this verse number 4, in the first line Krishna is telling 4 things about Kshetra. 4 questions he create about Kshetra. And the second line, 2 questions about Kshetrajna. Altogether 6 questions Krishna is telling, we should know it. 4 about Kshetra, 2 about Kshetrajna. What are the 4 about Kshetra? Yat Kshetrang, what is Kshetra? Yat Adruksha, what is the, how it's made up, from where, what is the material, what is the material there? And Vikara, if you made it, what is the changes happening? And Yatat Matal, from where it is coming? Is that 4? These 4 questions Krishna will describe. Tat samasena me srunu. Me srunu means hear attentively. Hear attentively. I am telling about this very difficult subject matter. It's very, and this is the knowledge, we should know it clearly. So try to hear it attentively about these 4 things about the Kshetra, about this body. And 2 things, Sacha yo Sa Sabda, that is Tat, is about this body, Idam Sariram, that is Tat. And Sa in the second line, Sa means about Kshetrajna. In the number first, he holds Idam Sariram Kontaya Kshetrajnam iti vidhiyate etadyo vidhiyang prahu Kshetrajnam. That Kshetrajna is Sa. He is a person. He is not a matter. This body is matter. But the owner of the body is not a matter. He is a person. So that's why Sa. Tat is coming for the matter and Sa is coming for the person. So here in the second line in the beginning, Sa. Cha. Sa chamani, that person also. Yat prabhavasya. What about his prabhav? What is his influence? That person is there. What is the effect? What is the influence of that person? And yo, cha, you means what is his swarupa? What is his? So 2 things about Kshetrajna, swarupa and prabhava of Kshetrajna, and about Kshetra, what is Kshetra, what is its material, what is changes, and where from it is coming. So in this verse, total Krishna is going to describe these 6 things, 4 about Kshetra, 2 about Kshetrajna. So if we little bit try to understand about this Kshetra is Sarira. And about materials, Krishna is going to describe Sanghata, Chetana, Dhriti, that all the 24 elements, these are the matters. Where from they coming? Prakriti. This is the product of Prakriti only. Prakriti has some raw materials mixed, combined them, and this is the body. So now 3 subject matters mainly. One is body, one is Jivatma, and one is Ishwara, Paramatma. Sarira, Jivatma, and Paramatma. Okay? These 3 is going to discuss. Because Kshetrajna is Jivatma too, Kshetrajna also Paramatma. Both are Kshetrajna. What is the difference in both Kshetrajna? One Kshetrajna has knowledge about the limitation of this body from the toe to bottom. This Jiva soul have perfect knowledge of this body only, but this soul has no knowledge about other body. So that is a limited knowledge of this Jiva soul. But Paramatma, entire body's knowledge he has. So he is also Kshetragya of wholesale. Every Kshetra Jnana is in the Paramatma, but the one Kshetra Jnana is in Jivatma. So these are three. So now, if you really try to look these three, then we can know that this Prakriti, this Deha is the product of Prakriti, the whole nature, not only this Kshetra. All the Kshetras and outside of Kshetra also what constitutes Prakriti, their dharma is to be enjoyed, bhogya. What? Prakriti is to be enjoyed, bhogya. They supposed to be enjoyed. Who will enjoy? Jiva. Jiva is enjoying the Prakriti. That's our Jiva is enjoyer. Then what is the role of Ishvara? He is the controller. He is controlling. This is happening in the samsara. Actually, Jiva cannot enjoy. In the reality, enjoyer is the Lord. He is Bhokta. We are also Bhogya. But the problem lies that the Jiva is saying, I am also Bhokta. There starts problem. Because he is thinking himself falsely that I am also enjoyer and trying to enjoying Prakriti. That's why in many places Prabhupada used to say, right, lord it over the material nature, lord it over the many places you will see this false Jivatma, this conditioned soul is always trying to lord it over the material nature. Many places Prabhupada is writing this, isn't it? Many places you see is writing. So that is what this conditioned soul we are, Jivatmas, always trying to enjoy Prakriti, and we are fully convinced that the Prakriti is supposed to be enjoyed and we are the enjoyer. That's it. But in reality, both Prakriti, we are also Prakriti. They are inferior Prakriti, we are superior Prakriti. Both are Prakriti. Both supposed to be enjoyed by the super soul, Bhagavan. But we are misunderstood it, misidentifying. This is the present scenario. We are the Jivatmas trying their best to enjoy the Prakriti. And then what is the Ishvara? He is controller. He is facilitating me to my enjoy. He is supplying me. He is giving me this Prakriti and giving me the energy to enjoy. So that is our conditioned stage. But real stage is that if we, and also in taking this Prakriti, and in the real sense, the Tattva, the Jnana is what? He is the not only controller, he is the controller, he is the owner, he is the proprietor, he is the boss, he is the everything. Yata imani bhutani jayante, from whom everything is coming, Jiva, Prakriti, everything coming, and who is maintaining, and in whom everything is ending. At last, everything goes into him only. So, the original situation should be that we Jivatma, the superior energy, this inferior Prakriti, the superior Prakriti, the superior energy should try to serve, try to give pleasure by serving to the master, the Ishvara. How to serve? Actually, we are all servant. We are all the Jivas are servant. The real idea of the Jiva, Swarupa of Jiva, what is the Swarupa of Jiva? Jiva Swarupa hai Das. That is Jiva Swarup. That is the real idea of Jiva. And the wrong idea, Jiva is thinking, I am enjoyer. But the real idea is, he is a servant. So if he is servant, then who is the master? Ishvara is master. Jiva is servant. So if somebody want to do service he cannot do service unless something is there. First, to do service, the servant is needed, who will do service. Then, to whom he will service, master should be there. Otherwise, how? Only servants know master. Can he do service? No. To whom he will serve? To whom he will serve? So, first servant, then master, then even master is there, servant is there. Still no service will not happen. Why? No. Seva samagri. The paraphernalia to serve. Suppose you want to serve me. I want a glass of water. And no glass is there, no water is there, no utensils. How can you serve me? Is it possible? No. So the materials are required, na? Glasses required, water required, then I can give, then I can serve. So seva upakaranam. Without seva upakaranam, seva cannot happen, not possible. So, as a master, Ishwar is always there, eternally present. Always is there. As a servant, Jiva is always there, Nitya. So now both are there. So now what is seva upakarana? How will serve? This whole material energy is seva upakarana. All sansar, whole prakriti, so much prakriti is all about seva upakaranam, paraphernalia of service. So you have to use the prakriti for the service of Krishna. That is the original constitutional position. That should be the constitutional position. We, the jivas, should use the nature, the prakriti, in the service of Krishna. But without that, what we are doing now? We are trying to enjoy the prakriti, and considering Ishwar is our facilitator, he is helping us enjoying. That is the wrong thing. Then it is that. So now, even if the master is there and the servant is there and all the service equipments are there, still service cannot happen. You know why? Because the attitude of service should be required. If everything is there, I don't want to do, then how it will happen? So this is what we are missing nowadays. Krishna is there because by Guru and Shastra and Sadhu, we can understand little bit, okay, Krishna is our master, original master, we are his servant, and through this we are serving. But we don't have attitude of service. You have some attitude or not? Yes, we have attitude. Which attitude? No, attitude to enjoy. We are full of enjoying attitude. Full. Any opportunity, any chance, any moment, anywhere, we want to enjoy. But in all circumstances, every opportunity, we should have the attitude to serve, not to enjoy. What will happen if you serve? If you really serve in every respect, in every moment and every opportunity, then really you will enjoy it. Because this is the way we can enjoy. If you want to enjoy, to be happy, the formula is that. This is the way to become happy. Suppose you want to feel we want to eat something. So then the only way to eat means you have to put the eatables in your mouth. Not in ear, not in eye, not in nose, not in any other hole. This is the only hole prescribed where you have to put the eatables. Then eating will happen, isn't it? Similarly, if we want to enjoy, the only way is to all the enjoying materials things give to Krishna. Then you will get the benefit. If you put in your belly, then all your hands, legs, everybody is getting enjoyed. Similarly, if you Krishna is the source, he is the man, just like the belly. So Krishna is like that. So if we give pleasure to Krishna, automatically we will get pleased. Automatically we will get it. So this is the process. So In Tattvata we should do like that. But now we are doing in other way. So that's why this understanding is very much required. Unless and until you understand this about this Sarira, and what is this Deha, little bit understanding of Deha, so the whole chapter will describe about the Jnana Yoga. All these 6 chapters, they are going detail about this subject matter, Prakriti, Purusha and Ishvara. So, this Deha, because about the Kshetrajna, the question comes Swarupa and Prabhav. Why not Kshetra about Swarupa and Prabhav? Because Kshetra Swarupa is not fixed, it's always changing. This Kshetra cannot be in one place, cannot be in one time, cannot be in one form. Because the form is always changing. And if you are in this place, you are not in that place. If you are in this time, you are not in that time. So that's how can you decide your Swarup? You are so changeable. No fix. So, this is the reality regarding the Kshetra, the Sarira, that he is fixed to only one place in one time and always changing. And always changing. He is not eternal, not everywhere, not in place and sthana and kala, not certainty, and also form, it's always changing. Always changing, keeps on changing. Every moment the body is changing. Kshetra is changing. But the Kshetrajna, it's not like that. Kshetrajna is always, everywhere, unchangeable. Okay? So that's why, that is Swarupa Prabhava is there. But because this is only matter, only product of nature, that's this, what is from? Only matter. Where from? Prakriti. So all these things should understand about this body. Then if you properly understood detail about this body, so then we will use it properly. Are Baba, suppose you have a car. Suppose you have a good car. So how will you use the car? Car should be in garage. Car should be taken care of. When we are going somewhere, we should check the diesel, check the water, check the battery, check the things. And we should put a good license holder driver. So like that you can take care. But we should not take care of the car like a living being. No. So like that, this body is also a vehicle. It's a car. But we are not considering it like car. We are considering I am. Yes, I am. I am this body. So why we have so much convincing thought, convincing understanding that I am the body, so much bodily conscious. Why? Because we have no proper understanding of this body. We have no proper jnana of this sarira, this kshetra. So that's why Krishna wants to give us in summary, tat srunu samasena me srunu. In summary, I want to give you this detail about this body, of which you are thinking that I am this body, nice, this, that, so height, so whatever. What is it? What is the reality about the body? From where it is coming, what is there, how it is happening, all, and how it changes, everything detail Krishna wants to tell us. If we understand these details about this body, then we will have proper detachment from this body. That this is anyway, I am not this body. Body belongs to me, I want to use it. That's it. That is our job. We want to use it for a proper purpose. You want to go to office, use the car to reach the office. That's it. You have to go to the office, not sit in the car. If somebody go to the office but don't get down from the car, will sit in car. No, I will sit in the car only. Arey Baba, what will happen? So that's our position. We are so much, because we don't have knowledge of proper knowledge of this body. We are everything, all advanced technology, all the advanced education, everything just totally bodily conscious. How to take care of body, how to maintain this body, which way technically, scientifically, how to make this body more enjoyable, more beautiful, isn't it? That is the whole science and technology working for, isn't it? Yes, that's it. And this body is just a dead matter. Just a dead matter. Dying every moment, and is certain to die. 100%. And full of not only that, this body you are considering, I have this body, I will develop it, maintain it, manage it, enjoy it, make it strong and stout and beautiful to enjoy. Arey Baba, this body is full of disease, toe to bottom. Wherever you touch, you find another disease. It's another disease. Now in this corona pandemic, everybody at little conscious. Even they have taken 2 sort of vaccines. Still they are fearful. Because this body, if we consider we are not this body, why you will be so? Yes. So the whole modern science, modern education, it's only based on bodily consciousness, only taking care of the body. They don't have a little understanding about the Kshetragya. Kshetragya they don't know. If you ask them, some Kshetragya, yes, Paramatma maybe. So that's what Prabhupada is saying, be careful. There is a Paramatma, there is Jivatma. Don't think that the same Paramatma is Jivatma. We are now in this body, then will become Paramatma, Narayana. So that is, many people they have this wrong conception, this wrong understanding. So Prabhupada is very clear, say, no, don't equate the potent and impotent. This Jivatma is limited only to his body. Paramatma is entire. So don't mix the two. No. They cannot be two. That's why Madhvacharya is always in his Siddhanta. If you see the photo of Madhvacharya, like this. Dvaita. Otherwise our monism, Advaita. No, only one, only one. Yes, Ishwar is one. Nobody can be Ishwar. He is only one. But Jiva cannot be Ishwar. Jiva is there too. Jiva cannot be Ishwar. Never. In no way. So that's why two. Never. Two things are there. So we should understand that the Jivatma, the difference between, Prabhupada has written very clearly, we should understand very clearly what is the difference between two Kshetragya. One is Jivatma, one is Paramatma. We should understand this too. If we don't have proper knowledge of this Jivatma and we don't have the knowledge of Paramatma and the difference between the two, then we will think that same thing. No. Though many natures are similar, but still he is Adhina and he is Adhis. He is controlled and he is controller. He is Agya, he is Vigya. So, he is limited, he is unlimited. Many things, but many things also same. He is Chetan, we are Chetan. If this is a page, this page is a page, a paper. If I take little bit of this, what you say? Paper. The whole is paper, the small is paper, both are paper. But quantity is different. Like that. Though, okay, we are also Chetan, spiritual. He is also spiritual, we are same. Okay, same. But quantity is different. Quality may same. And qualitatively you may same to some extent, but quantitatively, he is the ocean, you are a drop. No, he is Vibhu, you are Anu. You are Anu, he is Vibhu. You are like atom. And he is the whole. So, we should understand the difference between two Kshetragya, the Jivatma and Paramatma. Difference and their prabhava. What is the influence? What is the effect? What is their prowess? And also because we are always in bodily consciousness, always thinking we are the body, this body is the living entity. That is our fully understanding the material plane, and all the so-called educated person very much about the body only. Yes, about the body only. Once Prabhupada went to in USA somewhere, so some spiritual topics were so he asked all the boys, okay, shake your hand. Shake their hand up. So what is this? This is my hand. Okay, good. This is your hand. No, it's my hand. Are you hand? No. I am not hand. You are not hand, surely? No, I am not hand. Then ask all the part of your body. Are you head? Are you chest? Are you leg? Are you belly? No. Then who are you? The altogether whole body you are not there. You are not the body. Then who are you? So if you try to prove, then it is very nicely proved that we are not this body. This body belongs to me. I am not this body. Isn't it? Very clearly proved. But they don't know who am I. No knowledge. Only all understanding in the whole, there is so many in the world, so many schools, colleges, educational institute, in their syllabus, you cannot find a subject about soul. No, that is not there in syllabus. Only engineering, doctor, this, then how to earn and eat and make this body maintain, that's it. Body is everything. They have no understanding, no subject, no knowledge about the owner of the body. They don't know. They don't know the Kshetragya Jivada, they have to speak of Paramatma. How to speak of Paramatma? In the speak of Paramatma, in the place of Paramatma, their understanding is nature. Yeah, many places I ask them, if you are saying how these things happening, oh, nature. They will immediately answer you. All these so-called big learned scholars, if you ask them, if you are saying Ishwar is not there, Lord is not there, then how every day morning sun rising and setting, moon coming, the season changing? No, because of nature. Immediately they will have nature. Nature belongs to your father. Why nature? How nature is your thing? Nature is a matter. Nature is matter. This is a matter. If nobody will touch it, maybe after few hundred years it will go there. Can it be possible? No. Some touch of spirit should be there. Unless spirit and matter join, no changes will happen. Nothing will happen. No changes, an inch will happen. No. So then, if the whole nature is matter, how it is changing? How it is working without the help of spirit? Who is that spirit? They don't have that understanding. So that's why Krishna is telling, only by knowing about bhakti and niskama karma, karma yoga, detachment, this policy, nothing will happen. You have to know also, who are you? What is this body? What is the complements? Where from it is coming? What is to be used? How, what for it should be used? And who are the owner? And who are the controller? All these subjects, if you don't know, then how the Suddha Bhakti will happen? How the detachment will come? If you know this is okay, this is only a chashma cover, spec cover, then you will deal it as a chashma cover. If you don't know, then you think that he is my friend also. Yes, that's what we are doing. We are always considering this matter as spirit, and spirit you have no understanding. So that's why this Jnana Yoga, otherwise it will not be complete. So that's why Krishna is stressing the first two verses in the starting of this chapter, that in my opinion, this is knowledge. This is knowledge. What? Not to know this matter, and the owner of the matter, and the controller of the both. That is knowledge. If you don't have this knowledge, how you will do bhakti, how will you do everything? How will you get out of it? That is very important also. So that's why he will start now elaborately explaining about the three subject matter in the whole chapter. That's why I saying, Samasaran Tat Me Srunu. I am telling, hear it attentively, because this is very important topic. Very important topic. So, try to understand all these three and never ever try to mix Jivatma and Paramatma as same. That's why Prabhupada in the last of his purport is saying carefully, be careful, don't equate potent and impotent. Don't say like that. This body is also Jivatma and Paramatma is same everywhere. No, not possible. So, first he is giving the knowledge of this matter, the body, Kshetra, and then he will give the knowledge of the Jivatma also. How the Jivatma, the Swarupa and Prabhava, and what is the Swarupa and Prabhava, Paramatma also, what is the difference? We have to know the three things totally. If the three subject matter nicely we understand, then we will understand who is the master, who is the servant, and what is the service equipments. Then service will happen. Then we will be in our constitutional position as a servant, we will serve. Hare Krishna. Any comments or question? Yes.
Told that there cannot be any movement if there is only matter. So how can you explain like there are some automatic movements of like fire burning or some chemical reaction? There is no push from outside, but there is like when we mix chemicals or
Okay, dear sir. Fire burning automatically? He is saying without any touch of spirit, nothing is happening, and is giving example, fire is burning, chemical reaction. So I am asking the chemical, who is bringing that chemical together? Automatically chemical comes or what? How do you know chemical reaction is happening?
the example of the fire in the jungle, it happens by because of bamboo. There is no outside person. It's all about inside nature only. Because of
inside nature means the wind is helping, na? So
that is also part of matter.
But wind is flowing. How wind is flowing? Who makes the wind flow? If it is matter, how it is flowing?
That is my question.
So that's what I am saying. All this, not only you, all these so-called educationalists, they are starting from suppose somewhere it is coming. What is that somewhere? Krishna said, I am there. Mad bhati bhati vayu. In my fear the wind is blowing. In my fear the chemical is reacting. In my fear the sun is rising. Everything is happening. You don't know that. Okay? Yes.
How would I know that I am the shape of the body? But after practicing I was just reading this part. Still I like interact, and when I see that I'm
I understand what you are saying. Though we know as a book knowledge, just reading somewhere and speaking book knowledge, it's not realized knowledge. Okay? So unless you realize the knowledge, this is only book knowledge. You will not act on it. We are saying, I am not this body, but if you slap someone, then we will say you are not this body. Why you are feeling you are not this body? I am slapping you. But the understanding is, yes, I am not this body, but I am in this body. Then I have to feel, no? I am not this body, but this body belongs to me. This is my job to take care of it. What do you say? So it should be. Okay? No, right direction does not mean that somebody will teach you, I should know I am not this body, I am nothing to happen. No. Vikar should be there. Because you are not this body, that's fine. But you are staying in this body. As long as you are staying this body, it is your duty to take care of it. Okay?
Taking place like the interaction with others, like I feel like everything I feel. And this, let us say, if I will also not.
Because Manapan we feel because we are totally, foolish. We have no proper understanding of this body. We are reading here and there and speaking only, no realization. If somebody realized, he will not be feeling man of man, but he will react. Yes, because he is the caretaker of these things, and he want to use this body in the service of Krishna. So why will not maintain it? Okay. Yeah.
जैसे प्रभु जी ने एग्जांपल दे रहे थे कि आ गया और घूम गया, तो जैसे सर हम फिजिक्स में बताया जाता है कि इट्स ओशन एंड अर्थ इज मूविंग व्हिच इज क्रिएटिंग दिस, हाउ विल इसे कैसे करेंगे?
So who helps the ocean moving and the earth moving? So that's what I'm saying. All this book writer or these people have no proper understanding. From there, and they will start it from suppose. What is the meaning of suppose? And manyata. What is that manyata? Baseless. And now you are telling me earth is moving, the sun is stable. And after some time, no, this is moving, that is stable. No, this is wrong. This is going on or not? Because they don't have complete understanding. Only assumptions. But Vedic knowledge, 100% sure and particular. So we have to always follow the Vedic knowledge. Yes.
Paramatma is controlling all Jivatma.
Of course.
Why all Jivatma are not become devotees? Why all Jivatma have not become devotees?
So, very nice question. Because Paramatma, if you want to make Jivatma, then just like it will be like machinery. Just like a fan is running, if I put the switch up, fan will stop. Then do you love the fan? No. You cannot love to a matter, to a machine, because you don't have any sensation. You don't have some feeling. So that's why Krishna wants love. If you make the machine-like things of the Jivasma, then how you love? No. He said, no, I am giving everything, it is up to you. You want to be devotee, you not want, that's up to you. But I am giving. Because he wants love. Okay? Understand it? Yes. He don't want to make us a machine. Put the switch on, jump, put the switch off, start. No, it is not a machine, Baba. He wants love from you. Okay? Yes. Nothing? Okay. Bhagavad Gita, it is ki jai.